Hello everybody, it's vshojo. We're back again with another video, another Gigguk video, badly explaining the entire Fate series in 30 minutes. I've seen a decent amount of Fate now, and I still don't understand most of the shit. I know it's a battle royale between historic figures. That's all I need to know. I've played vshojo, Booba.
Series is one of the most expansive franchises in all of anime.
Yes.
In between all the games, anime, manga, light novel, visual novels, spin-offs, it's probably one of the most daunting franchises for any newbie to try to get into. A little while ago, I made a joke skit called Trying to Understand the
we've seen
franchise,
this.
based around
It's
how
awesome,
confusing the entire thing looked for an outsider looking in. And
yes,
satire aside, it was based on many real-life conversations I've actually had with Fate fans trying to explain the franchise to newcomers. And every time that happens, I always hear, do you want the long version or do you want the short version? Because everyone asks for the short version, but even the short version for an outsider can seem like a...
What the fuck happened to my voice there? I have a friend that I've been asking him to watch Fate for a while now at the movies. He goes like, bro, he's one of those people that watches, if he watches Fate, he needs to watch all of the Fate animes. He's like, I don't know where to start. There's a lot of them. I'm not doing it. That's what he said to me. I was like, bro, come on.
I thought you were going to give me the short version. This is the short version. But ever since I made that video, because no one ever actually asked for it, I've always wondered
the long version.
What is the long version?
Let's see. What is it?
The Fate franchise fascinates me. Originally created by Kinoku Nasu, what started as just a single eroge visual novel was turned into a multi-billion-dollar...
What?
Eroge visual novel...
It's an eroge? What?
It's turned into a multi-billion-dollar franchise with more media than any sane person can.
Berserker, what are you doing?
Just look at all this shit. Can you see how many there is? There's at least
Step
5.
Hercules.
So it can be easy to forget how and why people became fans in the first place. That many newcomers may even forget to ask, what is Fate even about? Don't worry, I got you. The basic premise revolves around a bunch of mages who can summon heroic spirits from Earth's real history or legends to do battle over the Holy Grail, a mythical witch-granting device in what is called the Holy Grail War.
Kill.
Basically, it's a bunch of mages spending all their V-Bucks to organize the ultimate Fortnite, Apex Legend, fucking Minecraft, Hunger Games, battle royale between all your favorite people from history and legend to create the ultimate showdown of ultimate destiny. God, I hope my audience isn't too young to understand that reference. And the Holy Grail War is just basically Nasu going, "What?" Let's just cut the video there. That's all you need to know about Fate. However, the background and lore of the entire Fate universe is unimaginably deeper than that. So much so that every single spin-off, anime, manga, novel, every single piece of Fate...
I have seen some doujin where I cannot look at this anymore.
Unimaginably deeper than that. So much so that every single spin-off, anime...
if you know, you know.
Manga,
okay, there's some wild doujins out there.
Of Fate's media takes place in a coherent universe, fitting somewhere on a grand timeline, which is also shared with Nasu's other works, creating this grand universe known only as the Nasuverse. So you know what I thought would be a good idea? What if I tried explaining the entire Fate timeline?
Let's go.
Keyword being thought, implying it was me in the past tense. It was a shit idea. Explaining all the Fate lore and timeline in detail would take hours and hours. I mean, just look at some of these wiki pages. This isn't a wiki page, it's a fucking light novel. Saber lore. That time some slag at a pond threw a sword at me and I accidentally became the fucking King of England. So this is more like the long, short version. Or is it the short, long version? Or is it the medium version? It's an excuse to justify all the countless hours I've put into this hellhole. Obviously, there is no spoilers, but I'm going to try and keep it focused on the lore and universe and where every series fits in the timeline, rather than what actually happens in any individual series. So, hopefully it won't spoil your experience too much if you decide to walk into hell with us. So, with that said, let's start explaining.
The animation is fire on the newer ones. That's all you need to know. Watch them.
Too late now, Gon. All we have to do is just turn the camera off and delete the file, and no one will ever have to know.
There's fucking.
See that Gigguk? That was Gigguk 3 months ago. I've been putting off filming this for 3 fucking months.
Damn.
Just kill me now. Oh, 3 fucking months. This is my dissertation all over again. Hello and welcome to my TED Talk. To be introducing the Fate timeline, I'm going to be cosplaying the most powerful servant in the history of the Fate timeline. Steve Handjobs. But before we get to the Fate timeline, there are a few core concepts we need to bang out first so everything makes sense.
What is happening?
Firstly is Akasha. See, Fate exists in this grand world of magic and mages where you can summon heroic beings from the past, present, and future. And
that's some Dojin I saw right there.
From Akasha. What is Akasha? See, Akasha is this metaphysical place that exists outside of time and dimensions that is the source of all events and all the souls and all...
I gotta be honest with y'all. When I started watching this video, I thought I knew some stuff. I was like, hey, listen, I've played FGO, I've watched a decent amount of the animes. I know stuff about Fate, right? What the fuck is Akasha?
Basically, everything that's ever happened and everyone you know, you can thank Akasha for it. 2020 as a whole? Thanks, Akasha. The Chad himself, Chug Jug's Fortnite remix? Thanks, Akasha. The one time in class you thought you had a silent fart, but you ripped out a fat one and everyone heard it and stared at you and your brain still reminds you about it every time you're about to sleep? Fuck you, Akasha. So instead of wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey stuff, this is more like wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey, goopy galaxy, diddly dimension, rickety reality stuff. Where every timeline and every reality exists at the same time, meaning there are no spin-offs, every fate is canon, life is aligned. Yes, that smutty dojin of Minamoto going ada on the order canon in some timeline. You can't prove me otherwise. Are you with me? Good. This is important because the end goal of every mage in the Fate universe is to find a way to reach the root of Akasha. But Gigguk, why do all mages want to find the root of Akasha? Well, I'm glad you asked, probably confused viewer.
Not wrong.
You're not confused right now. This is just the beginning.
And I'm fucking confused, bro.
The magic system that exists in the Nasuverse, because as we all know, in this universe, mages exist and use magecraft, aka magic.
Isn't that the dude that kills mages?
Wrong. Incorrect. Erroneous. Mistaken. I can't think of any more words off the top of my head. What are you, an idiot? Why would anyone assume that magic and magecraft are the same thing? Look at this guy. Typical man that can't tell the difference between magic and magecraft. No. You got magecraft, the weak sauce imitation butter. Ooh, I can't believe it's not magic. And then you got the Chad true magic. This is the top tier gourmet shit. This is the shit real mages want to use. The kind of shit
it's garlic, I
say
onion.
Stuff and goes,
Whatever.
Finally,
let's focus on the Lord.
Magic. But this premium shit can only be achieved by mages who view Akasha. And once someone gets that magic, that path to Akasha is cut off, and then the magic can only be used by the direct descendants of that original mage. Basically, no one has real magic and they're trying to get to the root of Akasha so they can stop using the peasant dollar store magecraft shit. Oh man, what if the third magic was just the power to create fate porn? But what's stopping all mages from getting to this mythical place called Akasha? Well, you have this thing called the counterforce. This is kind of like a safety mechanism.
Oh, isn't this in Marvel as well?
Going extinct because the Earth is actually alive and has a will, and don't worry about that right now. And the counterforce itself is made up of two parts. The collective unconscious will of humanity itself to survive, Alaya, and the will of the planet itself.
Why is Emiya there?
Gaia. Online.
Wait, isn't that the one we beat up in one of the FGO things?
Powerful defense mechanisms, like being able to summon heroic spirits from Earth's history in order to defend itself, which we call servants. Sound familiar?
I understood that reference.
So it'll intervene anyone trying to get to Akasha, aka the goopy galaxy timey-wimey place, and mages have to find a way around it. Are you with me? Are you with me? Good. If you're already confused, may I introduce to you the phrase everyone in the Fate fandom holds in the highest esteem as the holiest words in our gospel.
What the fuck is going on?
Don't worry about it. Why is the cast of Fate Stay Night sharing a nice wholesome meal instead of trying to brutally murder each other?
Don't worry about it.
How do reality bubbles work?
Don't worry about it.
What is the moon? Don't worry about it. No, please don't worry about it. Please don't ask me what the moon is. I'm not gonna fucking talk about the moon! To recap, you have
is the moon actually important?
Timey-wimey, goofy galaxy, rickety reality place that every mage is trying to get to so they can use
hey, that guy's OP in FGO.
Gourmet true magic.
Oh, his older version.
Stopping them is the counterforce, which they have to try and find a way around.
Okay.
Did you get all that? This is all the background information you need to know before we start the timeline. Jesus Christ.
Oh, god damn it, bro.
Originally, I wanted to visualize the timeline physically by having things stuck against the wall strung together with a string or something like that, like you see in that Always Sunny meme. But then
is this
I soon
music?
realized I don't have a wall big enough. So that's why I'm using the green screen. Definitely not because I want to rip off Nakey Jakey. Now, starting right at the beginning, before any mages, before any servants, before any Holy Grail wars, you have the Age of God. So yeah, apparently right at the beginning of Fate lore, there was this period of time where gods roamed the earth with man, mythical creatures existed, and I shit you not, physics apparently just wasn't a thing. Yeah, apparently this thing called mystery governed the law of the world.
Mystery.
I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Don't worry about it. Like, I just imagine in my head some ancient humans trying to let go of an apple and physics tries to drop it and mystery's like, no, 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 no. We do not do that here. And then the apple just flies off the
Well, what's up
but
with the
everything
accent?
changed when the Sefer nation attacked. Or just Sefer. This next time
He
period
wasn't
is
kidding.
called Deterioration. This titan called Sefer invaded and destroyed most of the world and was only beaten back by this mighty sword called Excalibur. After the attack, the gods weaken a bit, mystery starts to wane, and physics is like, yo, is anyone going to drop that apple? Which takes us to separation. So the gods are a little pissed that they can't go down to Earth anymore because they're so...
I've seen a little bit of this, okay? I've seen a little bit of this. I know this.
So they make Gilgamesh, who's 2/3 god. Because gods don't give a shit about maths, apparently.
Yes,
with the
they
intention of making him the keystone to connect the gods and the humans. Now, for anyone not familiar with the Fate verse, how can I explain Gilgamesh?
I can't.
You know that one meme, is this some peasant joke I'm too poor to understand?
It is that meme. That's
Imagine
good.
if that
That's
meme was reincarnated as
person.
a person. That's Gilgamesh. So yeah, he decides to rebel and the gods were like, no. This guy doesn't want to take orders from us? No, come on, you're joshing us right now. This is a prank. Come on, where are the hidden cameras? I'm on MTV Punk'd, aren't I? And so with that, the gods cannot interfere with humans anymore. And thus begins the Age of Man. From the year 0...
So he was serious about not explaining events and why they happen. Okay, I see you.
The human population explodes, magic and magecraft is replaced with science, and most importantly, physics exists now, guys. Yeah!
That's important too, I guess.
I buy a party popper, but I completely forgot to. Alan, can you edit a party popper in this video, please? Thank you. That's right, screw your mystery. I have E equals MC squared. Okay, remember right at the beginning of this video when I said the Fate franchise was about this thing called the Holy Grail?
Yes.
Well, we can finally start talking about the Holy Grail.
Nice.
See, the Grail
I understand
is touted as this omnipotent, magical, wish-granting device, and that's only partially true. See, around the 1800s, these epic magic gamer girls, called the Einsburns family, figured out a way to the root of Akasha, that place that gives you true epic gamer magic, by using the Holy Grail to summon 7 heroic spirits and then sacrifice them, and using that mana to summon an even greater Grail called the Greater Grail, which has access to the root of Akasha. But of course, all the various magic gamer girls and boys couldn't agree on who would actually get access to this magic, so they decided to have a meeting to decide.
And then kill each other.
You could even say that it was a magic.
Gathering.
The Gathering. Or in Fate, we just call this the Holy Grail War.
Yeah,
which finally leads us to the time...
Music is jumping through so many franchises. I like it.
Lines to all the wars so far.
Skyrim shit.
I can't believe I flunked world history and I'm about to recite the entire history of some
Wait,
fictional war that happened. Okay, so you got like the first Holy Grail War, which happened around the 1800s. This is when the 3 main mage families, the Einsburns, the Toesuckers, and the Matos, couldn't agree on who could get access to the Grail. So they were like, guys,
let's kill each other.
Servants lying about. Tournament arc, tournament arc, tournament arc, tournament arc, tour! This was hardly what you'd call an actual war though, and more like a 3 AM brawl at the local mage pub, which ended because everyone got bored and time ran out. Then came the second Holy Grail War in the 1860s with the same parties involved, but this time everyone went a bit fucking mental because everyone died, nobody won, and future generations were like, wait a minute, do we need rules? What the fuck is a Geneva Convention? Then came the third Holy Grail War in the 1930s, where the church gets involved because they're just like,
they always get involved.
The term Holy Grail? God, are we allowed to copy strike that? And everyone's happy with that because they can enforce the rules.
They did.
So the church is like, all right, gamers, I want a fair fight. No going for the eyes, no kicking below the belt, and for God's sake, no summoning any illegal servants. So then the Einsburns summon an illegal servant. And so they get this totally new servant called Angramayu, aka the Angry Mango, who's meant to be this super badass, ultra OP new servant that also wins them the war, except lol, JK is actually super weak and dies, and is literally so angry he gives the Grail food poisoning. Then we got the 4th Holy Grail War, which is basically just the events of Fate Zero. I'm not gonna spoil what happens in it. And finally, we have the Grand Sugar Daddy that birthed everything we're talking about. The 5th Holy Grail War, aka the events of Fate's Day Night. Following Shiro fighting in it, using the power of friendship and fucking, mana transfer. And this CG dragon still haunts my nightmares.
What's
important here is that this war has at least 3 different timelines, because the original Fate's Day Night was a visual novel with 3 different routes. You got the Fate route, Unlimited Blade Words, and Heaven's Feel. Or, to put it more simply, you got the Saber route, the Best Girl route, and the Sakura route with extra fun.
The hum, I think you meant to say Best Girl first. Come on, everybody knows Saber got Excalibur. She already know how to wield a sword. She has a kid that she birthed with a cock. Merlin.
I
don't understand it.
It doesn't stop there, because next we got Fate Hollow Ataraxia, which is kind of like a sequel to Fate's Day Night because it takes place 6 months after the events that happened in there. So you may be wondering which one of the 3 routes it follows, and the answer is yes. So one of the main girls from Fate's Day Night, Rin, is doing some magic experiments, and she does a little bit of an oopsie, and completely fucks up the space-time continuum, merging all parallel universes together. And I know what you're thinking, this doesn't sound like a little oopsie, this sounds a bit more like a big oopsie. But it's all good because she looks great in thigh highs. So we're following this mage Bazette who was dead off screen in the original Fate's Day Night, and she's now alive along with Angramayu, aka the Angry Mango. And they're stuck in a Groundhog Day type time loop, living the same 4 days over and over, and she has to find a way to escape without fading from existence because she was originally dead, and I guess people die if they don't exist. Since most of this takes place in a time loop, this is basically just Fate Re-Zero Edition. So you can essentially just call it Fate Zero.
Wait.
And you know what? That's basically everything for the flagship Fate series.
That wasn't...
Get it, guys?
Okay,
that was pretty simple, right, guys? What are we missing?
That's it.
Fuck. Of course, we are going to have to fill this timeline in with all the other Fate media out there. So
that's a lot.
Let's do the time warp again.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God. Alan, fucking cut that. Alright, so let's start with Fate Apocrypha. So the Fate Apocrypha timeline is exactly identical to the original timeline, except when we get to the 3rd Holy Grail War, where the timeline was like, you know what? Nazis. Because of course it's the fucking Nazis.
Of course it is.
So the Nazis join the 3rd Holy Grail War, and instead of there being a winner, the Nazis steal the Greater Grail system. And so after that, a Transylvanian Nazi mage guy steals it from the Nazis again, and then I guess the Nazis go on to lose World War II as usual. Fast forward to the future, and somehow the entire world finds out about the Greater Grail system, and everyone and their dog tries to make a cheap imitation of it. And so because of this, the Transylvanian Nazi sorcerer guy vows to make the Holy Grail War great again. And so he makes the Great Holy Grail War. I shit you not, this is what it's called. And so now instead of 7 servants, you have 14 servants separated into 2 teams, red and black. That's right, it's a team deathmatch.
Team deathmatch! Team deathmatch! Team deathmatch! Team deathmatch! Team deathmatch! Stab it!
And so we get a season of red versus black, Mordred is hot, and a stealth will make sexuality and gay.
Yes, she is.
Sexuality and gay.
As tofu is perfect as it is. I don't know what the fuck it is, but hey, about get the cock.
The girl's question is
or give the cock. I don't know what he does. Depending on the doujin.
Dick. That concludes the events of Hitler's Day Night.
Dick,
next on the menu, we have today's menu for Emiya family. Did you see what I did there? This is, I think, just another alternate ending to the 5th Holy Grail War, where I guess nobody dies and they all just sit around cooking and playing volleyball and being happy, and this is canon, okay?
Yes,
They never explain where this takes place on the timeline, but I don't care. They're all happy. Akasha made it. It's canon. Like in my mind, this is the reality when someone just tried playing the Fate visual novel but got bored 5 minutes after reading words and just left and never came back. And then all these characters are just sitting around having a gay old time waiting for the Holy Grail War to start. This is what happened. This is the reality where Sea-Dog VA tried to play Fate. Alright, so I'm just going to make a Fate Day Night bubble, and then I'm going to put Fate Tiger Coliseum and fake unlimited codes in this bubble, because they're just fighting games and they're already beating the shit out of each other in the series anyway, so I guess these are just the filler episodes we never got to see. Then we got Fate School Life, which is kind of like a slice of life spin-off in the Fate Day Night universe that also has Ataraxia characters in it. So I guess it goes here. Can you tell how I'm sure I am right now? Lord Elmaloy's Case Files. This is basically just CSI magic that takes place after Fate Zero but before Fate Stay Night, starring Fate Zero's Waver. Except Waver's gone from Daddy Step on Me to
Daddy!
Oh.
Yes, I am.
Step on Me, Daddy. Alright. Now we get into the manly shit.
Awesome support.
Fate DJ Khaled, line of Prisoner Ilya, is a spin-off where Ilya becomes a magical girl. And instead of summoning servants, the magical girls can use these magical cards to channel the power of a servant. And also there's a magical talkie wand, don't worry about it. Before I properly got into the Fate franchise, I thought that this was just an unrelated spin-off that had nothing to do with the main universe, but no! Not only does this directly diverge from the main timeline, but it has two separate universes within its own universe.
Wait,
it's a fucking Ilya multiverse! And the beginning of the Ilya multiverse doesn't even have Ilya in it! Oh god, I love you so much, Fate, but you just don't make things easy, do you? Alright, I'm gonna try and do my best, so stick with me here. The first universe is the one detailed in the movie Oath Under Snow, following this girl called Miyu, which is why we call this the Miyu-verse, because her name is Miyu and she's the child of God, don't worry about it. She's taken in by Shiro, and then they have another Holy Grail War, but not the usual Holy Grail War, but the Ainsworth Holy Grail War. Can you guess why it's called the Ainsworth Holy Grail War? Because it was made by the Ainsworth. Shiro then sends Miyu to an alternate universe, which we call the Ilya-verse, which is all sunshine and rainbows, where the fourth Holy Grail War didn't happen and Kiritsugu's Father of the Year. You got cute girls doing cute things, cute girls doing magical things, and cute girls doing each other.
Yes!
The universe where season 1 and 2
Best
of Ilya happens, but then you have season 3, which jumps back into the Miyu-verse. And if you think that complicates the timeline, how about this little knowledge of knowledge?
I'm so lost.
So in the original Fate Stay Night, Ilya is
Dice.
18.
Wait, what?
She's 8.
Wait, that makes all the doujins okay.
She's older than Shiro. But in the Ilyaverse, she's the same age as when the timelines diverge, which theoretically should make her the same age as she was in Fate Stay Night. But she's not. And the series makes it very clear that she is under 18. So which is it, Fate? Which is it? I need to know. You know, I would say don't worry about it.
Worry about it.
But I'm pretty sure the FBI are going to do that for me. Alright, moving the fuck on from this mess of a legal situation. Your Fate.
My brain is over
universe.
burning.
This splits off from the Third Holy Grail War in the Angry Manga timeline, where all the world's mana dries up because some kind of event. So in the 2030s, all the mages turn into hackers and they try to hack the moon because the moon has a supercomputer on it that was placed there by aliens that they found. And so inside the supercomputer moon, there exists this entire digital world. And so the supercomputer moon is hosting a virtual reality Holy Grail War because it's actually alive.
It's a cyborg?
I don't realize how ridiculous this sounds until I read it out loud. Don't worry about it! So yeah, it turns out the moon knows shit and you can hack the moon, and it also has Rin, Sakura, and Kirei from the original Fate Stay Night, but not the original Rin, Sakura, and Kirei from the original Fate Stay Night. What are you, stupid? They're just characters who look, sound, and dress exactly the same, but they're different.
Yeah, more dice.
Are you worrying about it? Because
no,
I'm not. So you got the Fate Extra games, the Fate Extra Triple C games, and then
Extra
you got the anime.
deck.
Fate Extra Last Encore in its own separate timeline that takes place in the year 3000. And Rin's great-great-great-granddaughter,
who looks exactly like her.
Fate Grand Order. Oh god, you're not gonna make me.
I gotta be honest with you, when I play Fate Grand Order, I skip all the dialogue. Listen, ain't nobody got time for that. I don't wanna see, you know, thick dice smashing other things and big numbers getting bigger.
Break down Fate Grand Order. Alright. Now we're truly in hell. So Fate Go is a mobile gacha game along with some anime adaptations where the first Holy Grail War never happened, the world is fucked for some reason, and you have got to travel back in time to various points in history to fix the fucking timeline. And every different timeline you fix is called singularities. Basically,
there's a lot of
Fate Back to the Future, except there are like 7 sequels, all with different diverging timelines, and you're not trying to fuck your mum. You're just trying to fuck all the servants. Alright, so for simplicity's sake, I think it would just be easier if I just draw out the Fate Go timeline. And then here in its own corner, it's just Fate Prototype,
Second
which is Kinnoku Nasu's original concept for Fate, where King Arthur's actually a guy? Get out of here with your damn historical inaccuracies. So essentially, this is just a non-existent project because the only thing that exists is a 12-minute trailer that was made purely for fan service.
And it's pretty good. If you've not seen it, go watch it. It's actually pretty decent.
Which is even more bizarre when you consider Fate Prototype Fragments of Sky Silver, which is the prequel to Fate Prototype. They made a prequel, a full light novel prequel, to a 12-minute commercial. Like,
what?
do they really think Fate fans are that hungry for content? A Type Moon just sitting there being like, all right, Fate fans, open wide.
Wait,
Content.
can't we get that nourishment from just pissing my mouth,
Give me
bro?
anything.
Come on.
And then this prequel to a project
What?
that basically doesn't even exist as a side story called Fate Labyrinth. A side story! This is why Tsukahime fans are on suicide watch. You can tell that line was written months ago because,
Why?
yeah, where the fuck did this come from? And
What
all
the
this
fuck
would
is
be a
that?
completely alternate universe with no connection to the original universe, but I shit you not, one of the characters has a dream that connects this universe to the Fate Stay Night universe. Yep. It's literally canon by dream. Alright, I think we're getting close to the end.
A
Next is
dream.
Fate Strange Fake. This is a light novel series that takes place after the Fifth Holy Grail War in America, where they do their own Holy Grail War with hookers and blackjack, written by the same guy who did Bakano. As a recording, we don't know if this follows on from the main flagship timeline or is part of an alternate universe, but what we do know is that there's a servant called Watcher and it's literally just a fucking whale in the sky. I'm sorry, I must have missed the legend where a fucking flying whale saves Earth. Does Free Willy count as a legendary hero of history
That's
now?
not a whale.
There's Fate Type Redline. It's Tokyo in the 1940s. The Nazis
Best
at it
girl.
again, but this time so are the Japanese military. It's the third Grail War with seemingly
Best
no other connections
girl.
to any of the Grails, and it's a manga drawn by the Demon Slayer mangaka. We got Fate Requiem. Not a lot about this is known right now because it's not been officially translated, but what we do know is that it's set in the future after some kind of Holy Grail War, and somehow everyone has their own Holy Grail. And also
Wait.
there's this new servant called Voyager.
Everyone has their own grail?
Who
What?
I guess is the Voyager space
They're just
probe.
giving them
except
out now?
I have no fucking clue how a space probe becomes a servant, let alone a blonde Shota boy, let alone a blonde Shota boy space probe servant. And don't tell me to worry about it, because I'm not. Can you
Exactly.
see how much I'm not worrying about it?
Not at all.
I am not worrying about it.
Hey, let the doujin artists worry about it, okay? We just
But
gotta
seriously, how the
consume.
fu- And finally,
The
in a
Shota.
bubble, within its own fucking dimension, is Carnival Phantasm, where all the Fate characters and other characters from
It's
Nasu's
pretty
other
cool.
works are just hanging out, I guess. Doesn't make any sense. I have no idea where this fits on the timeline. I think this is just a bubble reality where Akasha got fucking drunk. And that's it.
Or
That
is it?
is the long version. Kinda. Oh, but Gigguk, what about the rest of the Nazi verse? You gonna do that as well? How about no? Originally, this was meant to be a grand video where it talks about all the funny and ridiculous things I found out about Fate lore as a whole. But when I started it, I kind of
hilarious.
realized
There's a lot
only
of fucking
20 minutes just to explain the fucking timeline. So you know what? This may just be the first part in a multi-series lecture
Oh,
from
God.
hell. Because the worst thing about Fate is that after going through all the timelines, after connecting all the lore, after spending far too many hours consuming Fate media and reading pages upon pages of wiki articles, it kind of makes sense. Oh God, this chart actually makes sense to me. The entire timeline is actually the simplest part of Fate lore. Fate is just an all-encompassing hole that just gets darker and gloomier the deeper you go down.
We're looking inside of Gigguk's dark, deep hole.
People wonder what's at the bottom of the abyss in Made in Abyss. It's just the fucking entrance to the Fate hole. You want the real short version Fate newcomers? You watch either of these two,
Yes.
then watch this, and then watch whatever the fuck you want.
Yes.
Or you know what? Fuck all this. Start with the spin-off series. Start with Lesbian Lolly's Kids.
Yes!
Start with Fate MasterChef. Fuck. Start with the Doujinshis for all I care.
Yes!
Ignore all the shitstorm going on in the comment section right now. The reality is, it doesn't really matter where you start. As long as it looks interesting to you, then go for it. The problem is there's so many people who are obsessed with optimizing the perfect read and watch order that they forget that if you enjoy the experience and it gets
don't
you into
matter,
Fate,
boy.
then who the fuck cares what order
Exactly.
you watch it in? Because look, memes aside, the Fate lore may be a convoluted mess
A
to
stofo.
unravel, but it is an awesome franchise. It's a series that can have amazing fights with balls to the walls action.
Like a one-shotting spear that never one-shots anyone besides the dude that wields the spear. It kills everything in one hit, but it never gets to kill anything with one hit. Hey, watch Fate, baby. Watch Fate.
Magical moments that cut deep into your heart. And then Thomas Edison shows up as a lion. Because if you've reached the end of this video knowing nothing about Fate, and this is the video that's convinced you to give it a try,
you're a weirdo.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yes.
This got you interested in Fate? Oh god, why didn't you just listen to me the first time and go with the short version? You know what? Fuck this. I'm done.
No.
I'm not doing Fate anymore. I'm literally gonna go crazy.
That's a lie. That's a goddamn lie. We know it.
What? I lied. This isn't even the long version.
What?
Hey guys, I really hope you enjoyed that.
Hey, we did. What you mean that's not a long version? Okay, Fate big, brain small. Go watch. No need to explain anymore. Y'all like my short version? A lot of hentai, big boobas, big dicka. Hey, listen, Fate Doujin's got something for everybody. We got all sorts of stuff. We got shotas. We got everything. So we got everything. Join us. If you want to see more Gigguk reactions, check out the playlist somewhere in this area. Okay. Quick thank you to the YouTubers and Patreons. I'll catch y'all next time, alright? See ya, everybody.